Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Kings. My name is Connor Durkin, and in this edition of Fantasy Kings, we sat down with special guest Chad Tramba to discuss the fantasy implications of Week 6.
Hello and welcome to Fantasy Kings, the Hersey Fantasy Football Podcast. Today we're joined with Hersey sophomore Chad Tramba. Chad's a state qualifying golfer this year and put up some insane scores that, led the Hersey golf team. You had anything to say about your golf season?
It was an adventurous season. I mean, I played in regionals, really not my best round, and then somehow made it out. Then got it to sectionals, pulled it together, and then went downstate. First day was good. Second day just got harder. Conditions were tough. It was raining, so.
Yeah, so he had a great year. We actually brought him into the booth and had an interview with him. You could check out Teeing Off, the golf podcast. It's on this channel, Hersey Dispatch, with Connor Durkin.
Krebs, you're with the golfers today. I just realized.
Oh, yeah, it's the golfers plus Krebs. So that's an interesting group. So,
I dabble. I go.
Yeah.
He dwindles a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Our other guys here, we got Connor Krebs and Connor Durkin. And so we're going to get right into the action, and we're going to go around and talk about our star players in each matchup. And this started off, Chad. We got Miami at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So honestly, I don't really have anyone on either of my fantasy teams playing in that matchup, but I mean, it's two bad teams going against each other, so you never really know. I mean, anything can kind of happen. I mean, Jacksonville's Trevor Lawrence is starting to look a little more promising than he has at the start of the season. And then Miami with losing Tua.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Is Tua coming back? Do you guys know?
I think he's still injured.
Is he still injured?
I think he's still injured. I think he's coming back.
Probably better if he sits out the London game.
I already had my spiel about Miami 2 weeks ago, and how I just hate Jacoby Brisket.
Brisket?
Brisket.
But hey, we'll call him Brisket.
Yeah, he basically is, bro. That dude's so bad. I hate that guy. He's the worst quarterback.
Coming off a great week last week, Myles Gaskin saw a lot of touches. He had a really big bounce back week, so if you got him, you gotta love to see that. And anything else you guys have to add about that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, wide receiving core, Jalen Waddle had an off week.
He's injured again.
He is injured? Is that what happened? Yes, so he was injured. Fuller's still on IR, so, I know we were just, kind of talking about Jacoby Brissett and how unproductive he's been. But, hey, I mean, Devontae Parker really is the only option. That may mean this Jacksonville defense might focus on him a little more, but, I mean, there really are no other options for Devontae.
I do have Devontae Parker on my bench right now, just because of the fact that, I mean, he's really the only offensive target on that offense right now. So I figured, why start him? I mean, he had a good week last week, but he was also playing a not-so-hot defense.
Yeah.
I mean, also because the Miami defense is so bad, you could probably, sneak a start with,
Laviska Shenault. Oh, that guy. That's my guy right there.
Yeah,
that's my guy right there.
I had him in flex the week he played really good, but I've not been able to play him since. There's no need.
I don't know. DJ Chark probably not really a start.
Oh, is this game in London again? Oh, so they really are just giving them the worst teams.
Just terrible games.
It's worse than the Thursday night matchup. Seriously.
All right, so then the next game, Dirk, we got Green Bay at Chicago. This is a great matchup. So
yeah, well, I mean, we wish it was a great matchup, us being from Chicago, but you know what? I think Devontae Adams is going to eat this Chicago Bears defense alive, which I'm very happy about. I got him in one of my leagues. Devontae Adams, man.
We got Jalen Johnson.
We do have Jalen, but
we got him on Clems.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a great feeling about Devontae.
He put up 200 yards last week. Yeah. He got whatever he wanted.
I honestly believe that somehow now that the Bears' run game is better than what we have with Dan Montgomery. So, I don't know, bro. The Bears' offense has so much potential. If they're going to run for 150 yards every night, we will.
Yeah. It does suck with David Montgomery.
Yeah. How about that running back situation? Do you think any of the backups are worth starting?
I mean, I want to call it last week. I called out Khalil Herbert. No one knew his name, rookie out of Virginia Tech, but he's running really well.
Now, Williams is a starter. Davian?
Well, he's the pass back. He's the pass back.
Not even though. Like, people forget that literally, like, 2 years ago he won a Super Bowl as a starting running back. So, like...
He did. Yeah, that's right.
Like,
they're both
he's
good.
still good. Like, I don't know.
I think they're going to be in a 50-50 situation again this week like they were last week.
I could see some OT action in this one, honestly. I think. For Bears-Packers, you know, when it's like a Bears-Packers rivalry type of game, like the emotions are a little bit different.
I feel like
I think that
I feel like throw out all stats and that. I mean, when you have such a rivalry like that, I feel like
all that goes out the window.
Gritty.
And any team can come out with the firepower wanting to win and then just step in and.
You know, I don't think Green Bay is looking like their normal self this year. You know, they almost lost to the Bengals. I think they should have lost to the Bengals.
Bengals are honestly not that bad.
They're not that bad, but the Bears killed
beat
them.
Yes, the Bengals are not that bad.
Yeah.
And yet again, you know, like Green Bay should have lost last week. The Bears put up a great performance against the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be a little off the rest of this year, though.
With a coach who was like literally about to get fired, gets fired. Like dude. The second we heard that news, we all knew we were going to win.
Yeah,
like, it was over from that point. Like, Raiders did not want to.
Khalil Mack brought it back to them. Khalil Mack brought it back to them and forced Gruden to retire.
Yeah.
Ex-Raider.
That's next.
All right. Well,
okay, yeah, so
we were talking about the Bengals a second ago.
Connor Krebs, Bengals at Detroit.
Joe Mixon's still out, or is he playing?
He's questionable.
I think he's questionable.
I bet you he plays, honestly. But
he did play a little bit last week.
Playing Detroit. All right, this is all I have to say about Detroit. They're actually not that bad. They just have the worst luck. Like, dude, they just get like they'll play good football and then get drove on in the last 2 minutes and lose. Like that's Detroit football. But
Brian Campbell.
Cincinnati, there's a lot of guys. Like Jamar Chase is unreal. Like, dude,
he's crazy.
I've had him in my flex all year in one of my leagues, and he's done great things.
I mean, he's got to give you at least 15.
Yeah, like literally, he's so good.
I mean, there was one point in time, I think it was like up to week 5, like he was averaging a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's still. This is
we're going into week 7.
Yeah, going into week 7.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, that is fast. And then he has 5 or 6. Yeah, he's close.
No, this is week 6. We're going into week 6.
Yeah, into week 6.
I bet.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Then yeah, I think he does have a touchdown every game.
I think so.
But yeah, I
we're
mean,
pretty close.
Tyler Boyd had a really good game against Green Bay. Tyler Boyd's really good. T. Higgins is good, but like he's had injury troubles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then for Detroit, you know, you called out this guy a couple weeks ago, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's actually been playing pretty well for Detroit. You know, he's their only option really at receiver, but he's still really good.
He's filthy, bro. He's really good. He's a really good route runner.
All right, and we're going to start off the next matchup. We got the Los Angeles Rams at the New York Giants.
So, I mean, geez, what do you even say about that? I mean, the Giants are literally Saquon's out. I mean,
everyone's out.
Like everyone's out on that team. Daniel Jones.
Can I just say I called Kadarius Toney. I told you Kenny Galladay. I told you Kadarius Toney. He put like 29, I think, up. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Chad.
I mean, the Rams, like, with that offense, it's scary.
My favorite part about the Rams is Deshaun Jackson. If I'm being completely honest with you. Dude, like, do you remember when Deshaun Jackson was really, like, the coolest?
Yeah.
Like, dude, they used to
when he was on the Eagles.
Before, like, games when you're little and you're just, like, watching, like, highlight tape and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be watching, like, Deshaun Jackson.
It's like you're getting ready for your 4th grade football game.
Exactly.
You know, like, it's Odell and it's Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, it's like Odell, Yeah.
And that's I just love that. And then Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Dog.
Dog. I mean, dude, Matthew Stafford this year, dog.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Even when he was on the Lions, I love Matthew Stafford just because like he's so good and like no one cares at all. But, like that's why I like him so much.
He's easy to root for.
Honestly, I like everyone on the Rams team except Jalen Ramsey.
And
I hate Jalen Ramsey.
You're not a big fan of the trash talker?
Not a big fan. I love Aaron Donald though. That dude.
He's a beast.
They have to put 3 people on him now. That's disturbing.
Dog.
The craziest thing is like when you see that guy out in public, he looks like 4 times bigger than he does like in a jersey, just because he's like not tall.
Yeah, and like
he isn't like super massive.
And the linemen that he
massive.
And like all the guys that are blocking him are all like taller than him and thicker, but he's still so much stronger.
He's literally pure muscle.
Yeah,
like
over the offseason, I saw something where he trains with knives. Like that's
how
big of a beast.
I saw that.
He trains with knives.
Yeah, I saw
really.
That was. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it was on Pat McAfee. So,
I think so too.
and so the backfield for the Rams, is interesting. Darrell Henderson, I think, is taking a bigger lead as the
He's
running
really
back
good,
one
actually.
over Sony Michel. Definitely Sony Michel.
I'd say it is Darrell.
It's
Yeah.
Darrell
It's
Henderson's
Henderson.
backfield.
Yeah.
Sony Michel is basically out of there now.
Yeah.
And so we got again, Giants being really known. Maybe Kadarius Toney if you want. And so for the next matchup, we got Chiefs at football team.
The football team.
The football.
Football team. Hey, I mean, Chiefs, a lot of questions have been getting raised about this Chiefs team. Are they still as good as everyone thinks they are?
I'd put all my money that the Chiefs just
Blow up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
I think
I
they're
don't
gonna
know,
ball.
like-
I think they're gonna ball.
Well, I definitely
I feel
think
like the Chiefs will come back, but
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna.
I mean, they've got an easy
be
matchup
like
this
an
week
AFC,
too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think
Championship
they're just
exit.
gonna destroy the football.
We need to wait for like the next big test for this Kansas City team. But I think anyone on the Kansas City offense is worth a shot. They got Williams because Clyde Edwards is out this week at running back. So look for Williams to have a good game. If you need a flex spot, I think he's a great pickup off the waiver wire. I picked him off. And Antonio Gibson, too, he started off a little slow. J.D. McKissick was taking some of his carries, but he's looked great these past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
had a really good week last
Yeah.
week.
I feel
was
like
watching that game.
after he played the Cowboys on that, what was it? Maybe like Thursday night football. It was something like
Something.
that. And, like, I feel like that was. I think that was like week 4. I want to say week 3 or 4. But ever since there, I feel like he flipped a switch and just started turning up.
And the other guy is Terry McLaurin. He's been balling out recently.
I mean-
under a questionable quarterback situation.
I don't mind Taylor Heineke.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean he's not really a starting quarterback.
No.
I feel like
He's kind of like a Gardner Minshew almost.
I'd
Like-
rather have Gardner.
You would?
Well, I would rather
Yeah.
have Gardner.
I feel like this, like Scary Terry, he gets so many targets.
He gets all of them.
If you have him on your fantasy team, it's a must start almost every single week, no matter who they're playing, because that's like other than the run game. I mean, every single RPO they run, it's literally always Scary Terry.
Yeah, and then so for the other side of the ball, between Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, like it's kind of been a coin toss. So far this
Tyreek
year.
Hill's wait. I like Travis Kelce. All right, this is the thing with Travis Kelce, in my opinion. You can never, like in fantasy at least, you can never rely on a tight end.
I feel like that's true,
Except
In
for
a-
Travis.
in certain
Except for
games,
Travis
it's-
Kelce.
No, but in certain game plans, like you just have the tight end blocking all game.
But the
Sure.
only thing is with that Chiefs offense, I mean, it's almost every single play, like passing play. Like I feel like Travis is almost always like Mahomes is always looking for Travis out of the pocket first. I
Yeah.
feel like.
I mean, you can obviously start both of the guys, but like other receivers, I don't know. Mecole Hardman is like
It's
Barely
Kelsey
flex.
and Hill.
I wouldn't even
mainly.
start.
Those are the two.
Mecole Hardman.
They're
two
really
big
not
guys.
even honestly like their team is not as good as it was 2 years
Oh,
ago.
not
not
at
at
all.
all.
I mean, their defense is.
Yeah.
Is the worst. I think it's like
They-
one of
they
the
have
worst of all
pass- They
time.
have the worst passing defense, and we were just talking about when their next test will be. So this week they have Washington, then next week Tennessee, then the week after that New York. So those are all
Jeez.
they'll be able
They're
to
pretty
get-
easy.
They'll be able to get their legs under them, but then
For
they
sure.
have Green Bay.
That's
That's
gonna
so
be fun.
exciting.
That's gonna be an interesting game.
That's really exciting in my opinion. 'Cause
Like, I mean,
I think-
especially if we see that Green Bay team develop a little, they can
Yeah.
be scary. And assuming that this is Rodgers' last year,
in Green Bay, I don't
Yeah.
think he'll retire. I think he'll play somewhere else.
Is it Sunday Night Football? Do you know? Like,
I think it's too late too early to
yeah,
tell.
I
Okay.
don't think they know yet.
all right. And then so next game, Krebs, we got the Vikings at the Panthers.
Ooh, wait, that's actually a sleepy, like that's a really good game. I like that. I really like Carolina, especially if Christian McCaffrey plays.
I think he is
If
playing.
Christian, this is the thing. Like everyone's like, people are freaking out like they're a fake team or whatever. The first 3 wins were nothing. Like, dude, their best player's gone. Like
Yeah,
Christian
exactly.
when Christian McCaffrey is there, it just opens everything, and they can do whatever they want. Like
Mhm.
when you have someone like that, it doesn't like when they're hurt, you're just not gonna be as good. And like
Like
yeah,
DJ Moore,
and
he
the-
did nothing
and the
last week.
And the Panther defense is really good, and they've been playing really good football. So like when you have Christian McCaffrey, you only need to put up like 28 points, and that's so doable because you have DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ
Filthy.
Moore.
I
mean,
love
He
DJ
didn't do
Moore.
anything last week though.
Okay,
Because Christian
but-
McCaffrey was out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so, 100%.
I would say Darius Slay had a great game against DJ Moore on the Eagles.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I feel
it was
like-
the Eagles that he got.
Yeah. So, because I mean, I have D Hop and Chris Godwin. I got those as my two kind of first, and then I got a steal in DJ Moore in the 7th or 8th
DJ Moore in
round.
the
It was
flex is
crazy.
the filthiest thing.
Because I mean, who knew DJ Moore was going to have this good of a season already?
for
I mean,
real.
Last year he was an average, maybe 15 points at the most. But I mean, this year it's 15's a little for him.
Yeah.
And then for the Vikings, is Dalvin Cook playing? I think he's questionable.
He's got the Q still on his thing. You
Yeah,
never know
so
with him.
If he
Dalvin Cook
is,
I
he's a
don't know.
beast.
I mean, yeah, sure. but
If he's not like Madison,
if he's
you
hurt,
could
pick
go
up
back to him.
Madison. Madison's
Yeah,
filthy too.
Madison.
Must start Justin Jefferson. He's really starting to get his legs
Absolutely.
back under him.
Oh yeah.
Adam Thielen was nowhere to be found last week until
No.
the last drive of the game.
Well, because last year he was so touchdown dependent. This year he's not getting those same touchdowns, and he's not really wide receiver 2 anymore.
If I'm gonna be honest, if I was not a Bears fan, I think I'd like the Minnesota offense better than almost any other offense. I love Justin Jefferson. I love Adam Thielen. Dalvin Cook, filthy. Madison,
I don't like
filthy.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is a bum. I think that's why they're not good. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I think that's why they're not good
Yeah.
because I
I
really
mean,
don't think he's.
Kirk's one of those guys. It's he's just a quarterback that's not good, but he's not bad.
If
He's
the
kind of like
Vikings-
Tannehill.
Yeah.
Almost.
If the Vikings had Sam Darnold, I think they'd be a really, really good.
Or a good defense.
I think Sam Darnold would do it. I think that's how much I think Sam Darnold is. That's how much faith I have. in
Well,
him.
yeah, when you surround Darnold with actual talent and good coaching, he's going to be a completely different player
I
than
feel like
who
that's
was in
almost-
New York.
That's with any quarterback.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Especially the younger quarterbacks we see. I really don't think the quarterback plays on the Jets.
Zach Wilson.
I really don't feel like Zach Wilson's going to have a great career just because
Yeah.
he has no good coaching around him. He doesn't have a good team. He doesn't have a good foundation. Doesn't have a good line.
Got his first win though.
I mean,
Got his first win
Again,
though.
but how many interceptions has he thrown?
A million.
Hey, the
A
thing,
lot of interceptions.
Josh Allen has pretty identical stats. He actually threw more picks at this point in his
Except
career.
he's on the Bills.
He is.
The Bills are the best team, arguably, in football.
No, I'm saying when
When he
Josh
started off.
Allen was a rookie.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm
Him
saying.
and Zach Wilson's stats are identical. So
The only-
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that he's gonna be Josh Allen, but it's a process in that.
Yeah, I mean,
But he also could be a Mitch
which
Trubisky.
I do see.
Don't disrespect Mitchell. Don't.
Because which I can see because what's its face? The Bills did not have any good quarterbacks before Josh Allen came in.
I mean,
And-
Stephon Diggs also helped him and his
for sure.
his career just a lot in general, honestly.
All right, can we go back to so DJ Moore? Another player like DJ Moore has just really come out this year is Mike Williams. Mike Williams absolutely torched the Cleveland Browns last week. Put up 41 points or something. And so we got the Chargers at the Ravens. This is my game, right?
Ooh.
So we last week the Chargers put up 49 points, 48.
Yeah.
Over the Browns, 48. I think.
48.
Over one of the top defenses in the NFL. That's just ridiculous. Justin Herbert is a beast. I love Justin
Straight
Herbert
dog.
so much.
Straight dog.
Justin Herbert is so good. I love him so much. So, yeah, I think, again, you know who to start on these teams. It's Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and then Austin Eckler, who's been playing up to an elite level for running backs. He's catching
again.
dog. He's catching everything out of the backfield.
I'll give Austin Eckler the dog.
Dog. Yeah. Austin Eckler has been incredible this year for the Chargers. And then for Baltimore last week, Mark Andrews was incredible. Put up 41 or something. And, Ravens what?
I have a lot of hurtful words for Lamar Jackson after what he did in fantasy football last week.
Oh, did you lose to the
I lost by 1.5.
to the 40? Oh, how many did you have last week?
Josh Allen put me in a perfect spot to win. And I was like, we're going to do
How much were you up by, like 39 or something?
Yeah, I think it was like up 39 or something.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson.
39.6.
Was that the Monday night game?
Yeah, it was the
I mean,
Monday night game.
Lamar
And I'm
Jackson
sitting
on a
there,
Monday night is
And I'm
scary.
sitting there, and he's on the last position, like, throw a pick, and I'll be okay. Just throw a pick.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
They threw a touchdown, then he did it again
He's
in
a
overtime. So that
beast.
dude is the worst. Anyways.
All right.
He's really good, though.
yeah.
And so is Herbert.
Also,
Mike Williams also contributed to that loss. So
yeah, he's a beast. And so their backfield for Baltimore is garbage. Don't start anyone.
No.
And, the receiving core, Marquise Brown, has been really good. I'd start him 100%.
I've been starting him. I think
Yeah.
the 2-drop game was like, everyone made a big deal out of that.
It was just
He's very
something happened, but he's fine
It
now.
was just a bad game.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone at that level is going to have a single bad game.
Yeah.
It's like what I feel like people try to do is, like, especially in the fantasy world, people overreact so much on a bad game. Like, I mean, who was it? I think it was, like, Alvin Kamara. Slow start to a season, but he's slowly getting it back now, and I mean, I have him on my team.
Me too.
And I didn't really like him the first weeks. I mean, it's hard to like a guy who is expected to give you like 25, 30 a game almost,
7.
and then gives you like 8 or 7 points. So
I've never had Alvin Kamara on one of my fantasy
Really?
teams, and I don't
so good.
care that I have it at all. Like, I don't.
I had
Last year he balled out. Though.
Last year I
he
had
went crazy.
Dalvin Cook.
Oof.
He led me to a championship, but I didn't.
for sure.
I didn't win.
All right, so next game up is probably the game of the week, The red-hot Arizona Cardinals coming at the maybe salty Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I think Baker Mayfield has put up more 40-point games, I saw the stat, than, like, any other quarterback, and lost than, like, any other quarterback in recent years.
They
Honestly,
have a good
yeah.
defense.
They're so good. But, like, Baker Mayfield played really well, still lost, and this is going to be a great game. So, Chad, who you got?
Honestly, I have Cleveland in this game. I don't think Arizona's living up to all this hype around them. I feel like they're a great football team. I love Kyler Murray. I mean, he went to Oklahoma. I'm a big Oklahoma football fan. But honestly, like, I just don't think the Cardinals are going to live up to the hype that they were. I mean, last time I saw like a stat on it, last time they were 5-0, I think they finished to like 7.
It was 5-11. They
Yeah,
didn't win
5
another
and
game
11.
the
Yeah,
rest of the year.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay, well, they didn't have Kyler Murray.
So
Kyler Murray
this is
insane.
the thing about Arizona is, like, I said this before the season. The second I saw J.J. Watt was on that football team, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna win a lot. And, like,
Yeah.
they're really. I don't think they'll lose to Cleveland.
I really don't think.
I
J.J.
agree.
Actually, I think the entire game. Sorry, I just cut you off.
No, you're
I
good.
think the entire game just depends on the Cleveland front seven, like, because that's what
I would
that's-
agree. I would
That's
agree.
a dangerous core right there. But if they play bad, they like, there's no chance.
I think
'Cause
Myles
the
Garrett-
secondary isn't really good.
I think
enough.
Myles Garrett's going to determine if they win.
Yeah, that's
Because
a monster.
he's insane.
Yeah,
He's
so
a
good.
freak of nature.
His arms are literally.
He is a dog.
Another dog reference. There we go.
So you got any players you're really loving
Um,
or hating?
I'm really hating DeAndre Hopkins right now. I have
There's
him,
too many receivers on that
and
team.
there's so many receivers.
Plus Kyler's rushing,
Kyler
too.
being such a rushing quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either D Hop gets me 20 points with a touchdown, or he gets me 7 points. Those are all just from yards. He does not get a lot of targets. I mean, it's tough relying on a guy. I did get D Hop in the 4th round though, so I can't complain.
That's crazy.
That's a
actually.
great
4th
pick.
round for D-Hop.
So
Wow.
but
And I think for the backfield for the Cardinals, I don't know who you start between James Conner and
Oh, bro, come on.
bro. So we got
Bro.
all right. Well, sorry about that one. So we got James Conner and sorry, who's the other guy?
Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds. I think I like James Conner in this backfield more than Chase Edmonds, just because James Conner kind of gets the goal line carries.
exactly.
That's the only reason you really start James Conner, hoping he gets a touchdown.
yeah.
And for the Browns, I mean, who do you not like? They got 2 top 10 running backs.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you ever seen that before?
Nick Chubb just doesn't get
It's-
it done, but then he does get it done.
It's,
and he
it's
makes the
Nick
injury.
Chubb, honestly. Like, I've heard a lot of things this like before the drafts this year. I was like, is Nick Chubb gonna be good? Is Nick Chubb.
I actually passed on Chubb because I was scared it wasn't going to be able to make it work.
I
But
almost did it
I-
in every league, and then
clearly
the last
did.
one, I was like,
That's what I did. I'm in like 4 leagues, I think, and then on my last draft, it was like the day before the season started. I was like, we'll try Nick Chubb, and I've hated it ever since.
Same.
So
I mean, they both put up 25 points last week.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just makes me angry because Nick Chubb should get every goal line touch. In my opinion, he's the power back.
So
exactly.
last week, though, Nick Chubb rushed all the way down the field,
Yeah.
got on the 2-yard line, and then signaled to be called out for Kareem Hunt. So, the thing is, Nick Chubb doesn't care about your fantasy team. He doesn't care about scoring a touchdown. He cares about winning.
he
If
does
he
not,
thinks
he does not
he's
care about
gassed,
the stats.
if he thinks he's gassed and he thinks Kareem Hunt is going to give them the best chance, Kareem Hunt's going to go in and get some carries.
Yeah.
But, obviously, I think Nick Chubb is probably the better running back, but Kareem Hunt is also getting a lot of work. I think has more points in fantasy this year than Nick Chubb. It's just interesting.
Without a doubt.
Kareem Hunt has a lot of touchdowns.
But they're both top 10, so, you start both of them. You hope for the best. And
I don't think you can start both. Honestly.
Why not?
If I just think it's what if one just has a bad game? You're losing so much. And I get if they both have a good game, but I've never really been.
Yeah.
On
the thing is, though, there's not enough good running backs this year. Their
lot of
running
people are
back
going down.
is so scarce this year.
Yeah, I've been struggling a couple.
There's
because
no running
injuries have
backs.
been brutal.
You have to
That is
start Nick
true.
Chubbs if you're, maybe 8-man league, you got enough running backs. But, 10,
Yeah.
12, 14-man leagues, Nick Chubb is in running back 1 in some cases.
Yeah.
But receiving core has been garbage. Odell is not what he used to be.
I don't think Odell was ever anything special.
Yeah,
in
he
my
really
opinion.
wasn't. He really wasn't.
I mean, after
he just
that-
made a dope catch.
That dope catch, what was that, 7 years ago or something? I think it was.
He
Too long.
did have good numbers at one point, but
I feel like
it's
that
been
was,
fading for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just starting to regress now as he gets older and stuff. So
All right, so next game, Vegas Raiders at the Broncos.
yeah, I mean, first and foremost, with them losing their coach Gruden, do you think that changed? Because the Raiders were doing pretty well, and then that whole
They got
stuff
whooped
happened
by
with
the Bears.
with
Bears.
the Bears, and then Gruden got sent out of there. But do you think that impacts any fantasy value for any players, or is it too
Maybe
early
Josh
to tell?
Jacobs. I think their
I
offense is
don't-
going to be worse.
I wouldn't say it necessarily affects their point.
Sorry, I
I
think it
think
makes
they'll
Derek Carr
lose.
a lot worse.
I
I don't think
agree.
you can carry Derek
could see
Carr
that.
anymore. I think he started off super hot. He was leading the league in passing yards after
You
3 or 4
can't
weeks.
say it yet, though. You can't.
I would.
You can't.
I would. You
literally-
need it. Okay. You
'cause
need at
this-
least another quarterback.
This
on
is
your
the
team.
biggest game. Theoretically, not just fantasy wise. That's probably the biggest game of the week in the fact those teams are going to fight for a playoff
Started
spot.
off 3-0. They've both lost 2 straight.
This game decides which one of them is probably going to hit the trajectory up and go
I'd
to the
agree.
playoffs. This game matters a lot. So watch. I don't have any words because I don't. Whoever wins, that's who I'm If the Raiders win, I'm still going to rock with everyone.
I think I got Raiders in this game.
I honestly kind of do too.
I agree. Their offense is just a lot better than the Broncos' offense.
Even
and,
with losing their coach, I mean, yes, the head coach does a lot, but the head coach isn't really on the football
it was still
field.
That's
Gruden.
true.
He probably did nothing anyways.
We still just need to find out who takes over. If it's just an assistant coach, I think there's a chance for it to be fine.
Yeah.
But the only thing I don't like is them bringing in a new coach and just changing their entire
Yeah, you
scheme.
don't want to do that.
Especially mid-season. I just don't think that's something that will get done or needs to be done.
All right. And I think backfields for at least Broncos are very questionable. There's not really.
Well,
Okay.
Javante's good.
There's two.
I actually have.
There's 2.
Yeah.
Javante is. I think he's the much better
Yeah.
back. He's
And Melvin's
run
actually
a lot
questionable
better.
for this week too. I
Oh,
think.
really?
So,
is Javante?
That is-
Yeah.
that is
It
high.
worked.
That's good. I had Javante.
I have Javante starting because Alvin Kamara has a bye
okay.
I
week.
have a
That-
4
same.
start as well.
Yeah,
Same
so yeah, I have Javante starting, and I'm hoping for the best out of him.
That's good.
I don't know what to think because obviously it kind of sucks having Kamara out, and I got a pretty big matchup in my pretty important league.
David Montgomery being out, I had to start him last week, and I have to start him this week, so
his ceiling is pretty low.
We'll see.
And receivers for Denver, I mean, is Cortland Sutton?
Cortland Sutton, yeah, but there's no one really else until Judy gets back.
Yeah.
All right, next game we got Dallas Cowboys. You know, this is a pretty good matchup. Cowboys at New England.
So, okay, yeah, no, it is my turn.
Yeah.
I said this last week, and I think the week even before. I don't trust Dallas receivers because there's so many of them. Dak Prescott must start. Like, that's, as of right now, I'd probably say that's one of my favorite starting quarterbacks in fantasy. Just because
Just go.
Might as well.
Shout
out business class.
Thanks, business.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah. Completely lost, but loud receivers. Like, it's scary. Amari Cooper, I'll look, he'll have 0, then all of a sudden he'll have like 15.
Yeah,
and then like CeeDee Lamb's really good.
Oh yeah.
Still, his hands aren't that good, but he's really good. New England not starting anybody. Still love Mac Jones. Probably my favorite rookie quarterback behind Justin Fields.
Hold up. One guy for Dallas who everyone loves this year, Zeke.
Isn't he not playing this week?
Wait, really?
I don't know.
I didn't hear that.
He was questionable.
I'll probably just go to Dirk. He knows. He's got the injury reports.
I do have the injury reports, but I remember reading up he was questionable. I'm not sure what the injury was, but I don't think it's like. I don't think he's doubtful. Is he doubtful?
Just questionable.
I mean, if he plays, he's going to be a beast. Like even last year he wasn't really that big of an impact. But this year he's been playing really well. I think he's top 5 for fantasy points this year.
Zeke is still questionable.
Hey, I mean, if he does sit though, I bet CeeDee Lamb's going to have himself a big week.
Start those receivers, sure. And then for New England, I mean, Jacoby Myers is a maybe start.
I've gone through some tight end destruction. So I have Logan Thomas. He's on the IR right now. And then I picked up Gronk off the waivers week 1. Wow. Crazy waiver pickup. I don't know how. And then he's on the IR now. And I picked up Jared Cook yesterday. So terrible. And then I was like, all right, Hunter Henry. We're rocking with Hunter. So I'm on my 4th tight end, hoping that Hunter Henry can give me some work because that's the only.
It's going to be tough because the big boy Jonnu Smith is there too.
Oh, yes.
We love Jonnu Smith. I love Jonnu actually. He won me a game. He had like 10. All I needed was 10 points out of him, and he hit it for me. Great feeling that one was. So.
And so the next game is very interesting. With it's the Seahawks and Geno Smith and the Steelers. Geno Smith played lights out last week against one of the best defenses in the league.
Did they win last week?
No, they did lose. But Geno Smith threw for like 2 touchdowns and then a pick that wasn't his fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Did he actually?
Geno had a good game. I did not think that trend is going to continue though.
Definitely not.
But how old is he now?
He's been his 9th year in the NFL.
Really?
He started for the Jets in like the early 10s.
When he was on the Jets,
that's why I love him because when he was on the Jets, he was a meme.
Yeah, he was so bad.
So bad.
I just remember that goal line play that was on like the funny ESPN section the next day. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how Geno does. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much though to help the Seattle team win.
The Steelers team has been terrible this year. Their offense is a hot garbage fire, and Big Roethlisberger is leading it. He's putting the Flames in this garbage, and he's just such a bad quarterback. It's really sad to watch. Juju Smith-Schuster is out for this game, so I mean, you can start Deontay Johnson.
I'm pretty sure he's out for the season, though.
Is Juju out?
Yeah, he had a season end.
Okay.
What did he do?
Shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder.
Injury report.
And I mean, maybe even. Sorry, I'm blanking on the rookie.
Najee Harris?
No, not the receiver who was out last year. Chase Claypool.
Okay.
Chase
Yeah.
Claypool.
He was
I
a
think
rookie last year.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh,
I think you can start
Don's
him.
guy out of Notre Dame right there.
yeah, dude.
Chase
I'm a
Claypool.
big Claypool fan. I'm actually mad I don't have him on too many of my teams this year, but I got to start making some trades.
Hey.
Big Ben, though. Gotta turn up before I make that trade.
Most mobile
The turtle.
quarterback.
It's a turtle.
Turtle.
Nice. That's a great
He's
great
like
nickname.
a whale and a turtle combined.
So then, you guys want to talk about this last game?
Sure. We
Should
got
be
Buffalo, Tennessee.
Ooh.
Buffalo is gonna walk
You
in.
believe this is prime time?
I can't believe it's a Monday night
Yeah,
game.
I don't even mind that prime time.
I can't remember the last time Tennessee hosted a primetime game. So that'll be interesting
If
to see.
everyone
them.
on their team is back, that will be a fun game. Buffalo's going to win, but that will be a good game.
Yeah.
Like,
Is Buffalo the best team in football?
No.
Who
No.
is?
I just wish, like,
I think right now the Los Angeles Rams are
Yeah.
the best team in football.
I
Even
just-
though do they have a loss?
Yeah, they lost to
Yeah.
the Bucks.
Yeah, I still believe that.
I still think the Cardinals are the best team in football, if I'm being completely honest.
I would probably go with the Cardinals. I'm a big Kyler Murray guy this year. I got him on my team.
I'm not even.
But
This is the crazy part about it all.
I like the
I'm not
Cardinals.
even really a Kyler Murray fan that
Yeah.
much. He's really good. So it's
He
like
is.
I think they're the best.
How
team.
can you not root for him?
They're off. Dude, those receivers are
He's
crazy.
kind of like a Lamar Jackson when
Yeah.
everyone was
that
so hyped up about seeing because personally I love Lamar Jackson. I mean, Krebs, I don't know about how much you like him after last Monday night, but I'm a big Lamar Jackson guy, and I really like playing football where it's like mobile and you're moving around a lot. So
You know, I feel like Buffalo, I wish they would get a running back. Like Singletary and Moss both just aren't good. Like Singletary had that one 18-point game week 2 or whatever. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Singletary."
Yeah.
He's not good.
Yeah.
They don't use him. He can't like break tackles when he's in the red zone. He's an awful red zone back.
Moss will randomly have a good play.
Yeah, Moss will
Yeah.
break free and he's pretty
get,
fast.
a 40-yard gain
But
or something.
just-
but I mean,
Singletary had one really good.
Yeah.
Play. I was like, oh wait.
it's just it's surprising, especially with that, and not so much the Ravens because they have Lamar obviously, but how it's crazy to think some teams can have a running back one that just is not
I think Josh Allen is the best runner on their team. Like, were you watching
Oh,
him?
yeah,
I completely agree.
Incredible.
such a mobile quarterback
Big dude.
there.
And then with Tennessee, I mean, you have
The best running back in the
Yeah,
league.
one of the best running backs in the league. Derrick Henry, just a man.
He's
I
leading
hate
in the
Derrick
NFL. Or he's,
Really? I love Derrick
I'm
Henry.
not a big Derrick Henry
Big
guy.
Derrick Henry.
he's leading
guy.
fantasy football in both PPR and non-PPR.
Derrick Henry.
Yes. He, without being able
That's
to,
actually wild. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
he is dominating the league.
How come everyone was so down on D-Hen? Like, every year they're like, he's not going to repeat. And he
started
always
off
does.
Slow.
I don't know.
I think he had two.
He didn't even have it yet. His first week, he only had 50 yards, 55 yards and a
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Still 11 points, but then he heated up, and then he went for one.
Now he's back to
He
normal.
went-
He went for that
Somebody-
48-point game
Yeah.
or something like that.
Unreal.
That was nuts. That was
All right,
crazy.
so then buys for this week, we got Atlanta, New Orleans, the New York Jets, and the 49ers.
Only people that affects, I'd say, would be Debo Samuel and Alvin Kamara.
That's
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
And Cordell
And
Patterson.
Cordell. I've been starting
Yeah.
Cordell
Alright.
in one of my leagues, and
Dude,
it's been
I
great.
played against Cordell yesterday, or whenever Sunday, and
In London.
it's
18
just
and
so
a half.
annoying.
18 and a half.
It's-
I'll take it.
It's
every
so
day.
annoying.
I'm surprised the Bears never found a role for him. He's
They
really
did.
good
They had a
I
role for
think
him.
he was a good
He's the kick
at
returner.
kick
Yeah.
returning, but he's really
Kick and
good.
punt.
He
out of
still
the
got the
backfield.
ball. More than you remember, I think.
Okay.
He got a lot of passing.
You know,
And
so
they ran whenever after Cohen got hurt, and then it was just Montgomery and Cordell. Cordell got a good. That's why he's a running back in fantasy, even though he's a wide receiver, basically.
you know, it makes me mad because the Falcons were able to find a role for Cordell Patterson, but teams like the Eagles can't find a role for Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is so good at running, but the Eagles just don't care about him. But all right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Fantasy Kings. We're thankful for Chad joining us on the pod today.
Anytime.
And go check out that podcast. I'm serious. The golf one.
The golf. Hey, it's
really
a
solid.
great podcast. I gotta say.
Really solid.
Hey, just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
We're gonna bring him back soon.
Hey, plus another one. Plus another
coming.
guest. We got 2 guests next
We
time.
got 2
Watch
guests
out for
next
the next
time.
guest.
I'll be one of the guests, and we got an even special guest next time.
For Connor, and for me, Jake, we're thankful for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.